Shabbat Shalom, everyone. We're going to ask everyone to find a seat. If you need a book, would you please raise your hand? If you need a book, raise your hand, and Brant will be very happy to bring you a book if you don't have one. We're so happy you're joining us this evening as we not only celebrate Shabbat, and not only is it a joint service between Temple B'nai Israel and Congregation of Moses, so I'm lucky to have Rabbi Estrin with me this evening as well. And Naomi is joining us for music, and we've got special other things going on, all in recognition and celebration of Hayas's Refugee Shabbat. So we're also very happy to welcome many of our partners in that work to services this evening. With that in mind, we are going to join together on page 124, 124 in the middle of the page. May the door of this synagogue be wide enough to receive all who hunger for love, all who are lonely for friendship. May it welcome all who have cares to unburden, thanks to express, hopes to nurture. May the door of this synagogue be narrow enough to shut out pettiness and pride, envy and enmity. May its threshold be no stumbling block to young or straying feet. May it be too high to admit complacency, selfishness, and harshness. May this synagogue be, for all who enter, the doorway to a richer and more meaningful life. And we are going to join together in the words of Hine Ma Tov. The Hebrew can be found on the top of 128. And the melody we're going to do has some call and response.
I was just going to say that.
Has some call and response, and it's also English. There's also English in the call and response, so we hope you'll join with us.
So if you see parentheses around words, that's your part in the call and response portion. Hine ma tov u'manayim shavet achim gam yachad. 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 How good it is,
How good it is,
how sweet it is,
how sweet it is
to be together on this day. How good it is,
how good it is,
how sweet it is,
how sweet it is
to be together on this day. Hine ma tov u'manayim shavet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'manayim shavet achim gam yachad. Shalom aleichem, salam aleikum. Shalom aleichem, salam aleikum. Shalom aleichem, salam aleikum. Shalom aleichem, salam aleikum. How good it is,
how good it is,
how sweet it is,
how sweet it is
to be together on this day. How good it is,
how good it is,
how sweet it is,
how sweet it is
to be together on this day. Hine ma tov u'manayim shavet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'manayim shavet achim gam yachad. Shavet achim, shavet achim gam yachad. One more time. Shavet achim gam yachad.
Shamor v'zachor, we observe and we remember. We welcome Shabbat with 2 candles, one to remember Shabbat and one to make it holy through our observance. Zachor, we remember. After the Jewish people's original journey as refugees, when we fled our biblical oppressors in Egypt, we were given the gift of Shabbat rest. Today, we remember Shabbat by linking ourselves to those who came before us, a people who, time and time again, were forced to leave home in order to practice Judaism openly and freely. As we remember our own ancestors' journeys, we think of the millions of refugees and asylum seekers around the world today, still fleeing violence and persecution because of who they are. Shamor, we observe. We observe Shabbat by creating sacred space in our homes, in our synagogues, in all the places that give us refuge. We hope that the lights we kindle over these holy hours will illumine a path to a world made whole once more, a world in which our rest on this day will inspire us to action on all the days that follow. We observe, we remember, and now, inspired by our history and our faith, we will act. Together, we will speak out against those who seek to close the doors of our country to refugees and asylum seekers. We will welcome newcomers to our communities, helping them to settle into new lives with ease. We will ground ourselves in our shared values, living them each and every day as we fight for justice for all. The flickering of these lights reminds us of the divine spark that is within each of us, all of us equally deserving of dignity and respect, no matter who we are, what we look like, what we believe, or where we call home. Shamor v'zachor, we observe and we remember. May the transformative power of these Sabbath lights embolden us in our pursuit of justice so that we may transform our world. We'd like to call forward our Oneg hosts to light the Shabbat candles. Christy and Robin, would you come light them, please? You may follow along on 120. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav Tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Praised are you, Adonai, our God, who rules the universe, instilling in us the holiness of mitzvot by commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
Amen.
Amen.
Thank you. We continue together with the words of Lachad Odi as we welcome the Sabbath bride, pages 138 and 139, verses 1, 2, 5, and 9.
Lecha lecha dodi, likrat kala, penei penei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha lecha dodi, likrat kala, penei penei Shabbat nikabela. La 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 la. Lecha dodi, likrat kala, penei penei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha lecha dodi, likrat kala, penei penei Shabbat nikabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, Hishmianu el hameyuchad, Adonai echad u'shemo echad, l'shemo tiferet v'liti la 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 l'chadodi, likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nikabela, lecha l'chadodi, likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nikabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, ki hi mekor haberacha, mirosh mikadem nesucha, sof ma'aseh b'makshavati la 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 la. Chadodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha lechadodi likrat kala, Panay Shabbat nekabelar. Hitoreri, Kiwa ore kumiori, Uri, Shindaberi, Kiboda and I alike, Nikla la Katoti, Likrat Kala, Panay Shabbat Nikabela, Lecha Katoti, Likrat Kala, Panay Shabbat Nikabela. If you could rise and turn to the back of the sanctuary. Boi v'shalom ateret balar, gam v'simcha u'v'tzola, toch emunei am segula, boi kala. Lecha dodi, likrat kala, Panay Shabbat nikabela. Lecha dodi, likrat kala, Panay Shabbat nikabela.
So before you sit down, I want you to turn around and say hi to someone that you haven't said hi to yet. And all you online can wish us Shabbat Shalom, and I'll do shout-outs. Shabbat Shalom, Jacob and Saltzman. If they write it, which is why I try to encourage them to say something. Yeah, there's 14 screens. You may be seated. Okay. The New Colossus by Emma Lazarus. Not like the brazen giant of Greek fame, with conquering limbs astride from land to land, here at our sea-washed sunset gate shall stand a mighty woman with a torch, whose flame is the imprisoned lightning, and her name, Mother of Exiles. From her beacon hand glows worldwide welcome. Her mild eyes command the air-bridged harbor that twin cities frame. Keep ancient lands your storied pomp, cries she, with silent lips. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. The wretched refuge of your teeming shore, send these, the homeless, tempest-tossed to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door.
As we finish up the Kabbalat section of our service, we turn to page 144 for Chatzi Kaddish, and we rise. Yikadal, Yikadash, Shemei Rabba, Be'alma divrach Yirutei, V'yamlich Malchutei, B'chayechon, U'v'yomechon, U'chayedecho Beit Yisrael, Bagala, Bagala, Uvizman Karibi Maru. Amen. Yeheshme Rabba Mevorach, Leolam Yom Me'almaya. Yiparach, Vishtabach, Vipa'ar, Vitramam, Vitnaseh, Vitadar, Vitale, Vitalal, Shmei Kudesham Richu, Leila Miko Birchata Veshirata, Tushbechata Venechemata, Damim Ram Le'alma, Vimeru. Amen.
We'll continue together with the Baruch 146.
Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Ya la la la
Continue in prayer together on the top of 149. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai hama'ariv aravim. The middle of 150, we continue. Everlasting love, you offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people, Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, ohev amo Yisrael.
We continue on page 152. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed.
At the top of 154, Me'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadavarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom alevavecha v'shinatam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha v'eitecha u'leftecha v'derech u'shabtecha u'kumecha u'shartam liot ayadecha v'hayu lo totofot b'neinecha u'chtavtam amizzo beitecha u'visharecha. May be seated. We continue on the top of page 157 together. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before we ever stood at Mount Sinai. That whenever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together. We continue on page 158 for Micha Mocha.
Yai lai lai la lai la 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 lai 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 la 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 lai yai lai lai la lai la 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 lai lai la lai lai la 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 lai mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai mi chamocha netar b'kodesh nora tehillah o sefer Tehillah
the top of page 161. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up, waiting to do your will. Baruch atah Adonai, hapores sukat shalom aleinu, ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim. Continue on page 162 with Vishamru. Oh, I thought you were starting one.
I am.
Okay.
Yes, I swear. Shalom Rav.
No, Vishamru. We're on Vishamru.
Oh, no, I wasn't prepared to do over Shabbat.
Okay.
No,
you
I
don't
know,
have to. We
I
can
know.
do-
You weren't supposed to.
I'm so sorry.
But-
I swear you said shalom. My apologies. I'm so sorry.
Shalom is always good.
Yeah, I
I like
apologize. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm sorry.
Vishamru
B'nai Yisrael et HaShabbat
La'asot et HaShabbat ledorotam v'rit olam. Vishamru b'nai Yisrael et HaShabbat La'asot et HaShabbat ledorotam v'rit olam. Beini uve'bnei Yisrael oti le'olam, oti le'olam, oti le'olam. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asot et HaShabbat ledorotam v'rit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai, asa Adonai, et hashamayim v'et ha'aretz v'shamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asot et HaShabbat ledorotam v'rit olam. Uvayom hashvi'i Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asot et HaShabbat ledorotam v'rit olam.
We're going to turn together to 164 as we rise in body or spirit for the Amidah. We chant pages 164, 166, 168, and 170. Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Vekonei Hakol, V'zocher Chastei Avot v'Imahot, Umevi Gula Lifnei V'neihem, Leman Shemo Mi'ahava. Melech Ozer Moshiach U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Vezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor Leolam Adonai, Mechaye hakol ata rav lehoshia. Mashiv haruach umorid hakashem. Mechalkel chaim bechesed. Mechaye hakol berachamim rabim. Tomech noflim verofech cholim. Umatir asurim. Umekayem emunato lishenei afar. Michamocha bal gevurot. Umido melech. Melech memid umechaye. Umatzmiach Yeshua. V'ne'emana talechayot hakol. Baruch atah Adonai mechaye hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh. U'kadoshim b'chol yom yalucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai ha'el hakadosh. We continue on the top of 173. Please sit or stand as is your custom. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat. The middle of 175, we continue. You are with us in our prayer, our love, and our doubt, in our longing to feel your presence and do your will. You are the still, clear voice within us. Therefore, O God, when doubt troubles us, when anxiety makes us tremble, when pain clouds the mind, we look inward for the answer to our prayers. There may we find you, and there find courage, insight, and endurance. And let our worship bring us closer to one another, that all Israel and all who seek you may find new strength for your service. Baruch atah Adonai, shodecha levadcha bir'ah na'avod. The top of 177. God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words, for the awareness of soul, our light within, for the world around us so filled with beauty, for the richness of the earth which day by day sustains us. For all these and more, we offer thanks. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha l'cha na'eh lehodot. We continue together with Shalom Rav, our prayer for peace.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. Shalom Rav, Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Le'olam. Shalom Rav, Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Le'olam. Ki atahu melech adom, lechol hashalom. Ki atahu melech adom, lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav, Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Le'olam. Shalom Rav, Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Le'olam. V'tov beinecha levarecha Tasim leolam, Shalom Rava Yisrael Amcha, Tasim leolam, Tasim leolam, Tasim leolam.
Blessed are you, Adonai, who blesses your people Israel with peace. Baruch atah Adonai, hambarech et amo Yisrael, bashalom. You may be seated. We take a moment for silent prayer. The words on 180 and 181 are the words of your hearts.
When one of us is suffering, we all feel pain. When one of us is stumbling, we fall again and again. All of us are slaves until all of us are free. Everyone needs sanctuary. When some of us go hungry, all of us can't eat. When words don't mean enough to us, we pray with our feet. We pray for the dreamers who pray for you and me. We can be their sanctuary. So let us set a table wide and long, where everyone has plenty and everyone belongs, where everyone agrees to disagree. Underneath this canopy, I will be a shelter open on all sides. I will take you in and stand by your side, no matter where you come from or where you'd rather be. I will be your sanctuary. Where everyone agrees to disagree. Underneath this canopy. So stand up and sing. Let your voices ring. Bring what you can bring and be a sanctuary. So stand up and sing. Let your voices ring. Bring what you can bring and be a sanctuary. Join me. So stand up and sing. Let your voices ring. Bring what you can
We continue together on page 371. 371, as our thoughts turn to those in our family, in our community, and in our world who are in need of healing, of body, of mind, or of spirit. If there's someone you're thinking of and you'd like to share their name aloud, or for those joining us online in the chat, please feel free to do so. Al Berman, Maurice Berman, Iris Kamer, Dennis Linderman, Ron Schubat, Hillary Selznick, Robert Woodruff, Jessica Rasnick, Valerie Zuckman, Steve Edwards, Linwood Jennings. We hold all those named and unnamed in our thoughts and in our prayers as we join together in the middle of the page.
Mekor Abraham, Imotenu, may the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misheberach imotenu mekor Abraham lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
Robin, would you like to come forward?
Hello, everyone. I'm so glad to see all of you. I'm Robin Pallins. I'm one of the 3 social action co-chairs at the moment, and I'm just thankful that we're all together here tonight. I have the honor of introducing our guest speaker, Afifa Taj. Let me catch my breath, calm down, and then I'm going to go on. Afifa is the person that started our temple, Temple B'nai Israel, on the path of working with refugee families. Back in 2016, Afifa asked me if our temple would be willing to help support a Syrian family of 10 who were leaving their Jordanian refugee camp and would soon arrive in Kalamazoo. And I talked to Janet and Ikeza, and we decided to say yes. Unbeknownst to us, Afifa also spoke to Nora in our temple community to see if we could host a family of Syria of 5 people, and Nora said yes. So our temple began the process of becoming very engaged in working with refugee families, along with friends at Congregation of Moses. We joined in this together. Afifa also was instrumental in starting our involvement in what I would call authentic continuous multi-faith social action, because we've been doing this work together with friends from many churches. A handful of them are our guests here tonight. Thank you for coming. As well as at the mosque. In the beginning, we went to the mosque. We taught English there. We set up quickly a clothing closet with Ray Ziering at the helm of that. And we've continued on in this collaboration among the community. And Afifa did all that as a volunteer. She was working 36-hour days. And so I was so glad to hear when she was offered a position with Samaritas, which is the local organization. And she is now, I brought this to know it, say it correctly. She is now the sponsorship coordinator at Samaritas to welcome the new families and the new refugees, not just welcome, to help them start their lives here. So I'm so thankful we have Afifa here again in our temple.
Hello, everyone. It's nice to see you here. I see all familiar faces from different churches, and even with Bnei Israel and Congregation of Moses, we have been having so many volunteers volunteer with refugees who have been getting resettled in Kalamazoo. As Robin said, that I started my volunteering with refugees as a volunteer with doing this work. I feel helping refugees or helping the newcomers, it's like service in the way of God. So that's how I started getting involved with so many things, and it's a beautiful thing to see when they get established and when they grow in their lives. And all the refugees, most of them who came in 2016, they're all like monetarily, they're doing well, and as well as, the kids have started speaking English and going to college, which is all done with the help of volunteers and co-sponsors, churches, synagogues, mosques. The agency is able to help for a while, the initial setup, but the best part and the most challenging part that is done is from the volunteers and the churches and synagogues. So it's a pleasure to partner up with all these community people, organizations in Kalamazoo, and I would thank the Temple Bnei Israel and Congregation of Moses to be very much involved with the refugees ever since 2016. And I still remember, I don't remember who was the person in charge for synagogue. He said, how would the people from Muslim faith or from Syria take the Jews helping them when it's like the media has portrayed it in a different way? And I said, you know what, you will have a good experience once you start working with them, and they would see how everybody is a human being at the end of the day. It doesn't matter who's a Jew or who's a Christian or who's a Muslim. It's the humanity at the end of the day that pleases each other. So it was a wonderful thing to see. And it brought communities like, the mosque, the church, the synagogue, all we were like strangers to each other, and we became friends and started visiting each other's communities. And, it was such a beautiful thing. In 2016, as she mentioned, we had a huge number of volunteers volunteering at the mosque, where English classes were going on, and then we needed babysitting for the kids so that the moms could attend the English classes. And then some people came up with this idea of setting up a clothing store so that when they come for ESL classes, they can just pick and choose whatever fits for them. And every Friday, I would see people from Temple B'nai Israel and Congregation of Moses so committed and dedicated, coming there, making sure the clothes are clean, washed, ironed, and folded, and sorted out according to their sizes so that it's ready to go the next day. I think we used to have it on Saturdays, the English class. So it was a beautiful sight to see all the communities coming together to help with the refugees. So for this year, Samaritas has signed up for 100 refugees, and we are seeking for co-sponsors, group of volunteers who could help with transportation to ESL classes, socialization, taking the kids to like a soccer club or some type of entertainment during the weekends and stuff like that. So please pass on this with your experience with refugees so that other people could get involved and help with the refugees as well. Because right now we have 3 Syrian families who came to Kalamazoo and 2 Congolese family in the last 2 months. And we don't have co-sponsors, we just have few volunteers here and there to start with, but I'm really looking for 2-3 groups to be formed so that we could help them. And it makes a lot of difference with the families who have co-sponsorship and volunteer involvement compared to the families who do not have that. And it motivates them to learn English as well faster because they want to communicate with the volunteers who are coming to their houses. So it makes a great difference when volunteers come forward to help with the refugees. And I would say, so these are the needs that we have to go right away because we have, thanks to one of the churches who gave a full scholarship for a preschool kid so that the mom could go to English class. So now the challenge is, okay, we got the scholarship for the kid to go to school, but now the transportation is a problem. So, right now this week went on well with some volunteers, but until I have committed volunteers, it's going to be a difficult thing with the kid being at school regularly and the mom to be at the ESL class as well. So if you have any interest in volunteering, please, I have a sheet here. You can put in your name and phone number and an email. I would love to contact you guys and make another group. Just like how we had few groups formed before, it would be lovely to see those another 2-3 groups forming to help these refugees who are coming in. And I would end my talk, and it was nice to thank you for the synagogue for giving me a chance to come here and talk to you all. And I hope to see more volunteers and groups helping refugees. Thank you.
Also, along with the call for direct volunteers, I did make sure to print out both Congregation of Moses's clothing and such list that they're still looking for, that's at the back, as well as Prince of Peace's needs for housewares and furniture. So if you're doing clearing out or anything else, or would like to know exactly what's needed at this moment as we're settling new families, you can take a look at that list as well. But the best thing you can do is pass along the need to your circles, because the needs don't stop. We are going to continue together on page 586 as we rise for Elenu. Shabbat Ladon HaKol, Latei Filah Yoser Breshit. Velo Samanu Harashot, Velo Samanu Kamishprachot Adama, Shelo Sam Chalkenu Kahem, Vegoralenu Kechol Hamonam, Anachnu Korim, Umishtaravim Umodim, Lifnei Melech Malchei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Top of 588. Unat Hashamayim ve'yoser haaretz, u'moshev yikaro hashamayim ima'al, u'shchinatu zo, v'gavei meromim, hu Eloheinu Elo, emet malkeinu efezulato, kakatu v'torato, yadata yom v'hashevota elevavecha, ki Adonai hu ha'Elohim, b'shamayim ima'al, ve'al haaretz mitachat Einod.
On the top of page 589, let the time not be distant, O God.
When all shall return to you in love, when corruption and evil shall give way to integrity and goodness, when superstition shall no longer enslave the mind, nor idolatry blind the eye. O may all created in your image become one in spirit and one in friendship, forever united in your service. Then shall your realm be established on earth, and the word of your prophet fulfilled. Adonai will reign forever and ever.
The middle of page 591.
Emar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad. You may be seated. There are stars up above, so far away we only see their light, long, long after the star itself is gone. And so it is with people that we loved. Their memories keep shining ever brightly, though their time with us is done. But the stars that light up the darkest night, these are the lights that guide us. As we live our days, these are the ways we remember. We especially remember the yard sites of Shirley Rosenberg Bach, Jean C. Berman, Helen Beale, Penny Brown, Marcia Kamer Hecht, Lorraine Dovitz, Joseph Shalom Ellen, Sarah Ernst, Frances Flannery, Ida Forstein, Sylvia Giedel, Mildred Jean Bach, Max Goldman, Leela Goss, Rose Harris, Myron Hauser, Loretta Kling, Louis Layson, Terry Lee Layson, William Leader, David S. Lowe, Frank Miller, Bradley Moyse, Barbara Cohen Nordwin, Walter Orwin, Edith Palmer Leader, Robert Persky, Leona Seguin Ralph, Ned Rubenstein, Michelle Arkush Schaff, Edward R. Shorts, Dorothy Balin Silverman, Lester Silverman, Harriet Sussman, David Steer, Tilly Wagenfeld, Terry A. Weiner, and Shayna Winter. There are additions or corrections to the yard site list? We turn to page 598 as we rise in body or spirit. Bit Kadash Shemei Rabbah Be'alma Divrach Chirute V'amlich Malchute B'chayechon V'yomechon Uv'chayei D'chol Beit Yisrael Bagala V'zman Kariv V'imru Amen Yehi Shmei Rabbah Mevarach Le'olam Ulomei Amaya Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yitpa'ar V'yitromam V'yitnaseh V'yitadar, v'yitale, v'yitalal, shmei dekudusha berechu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shamaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Aseh shalom v'imramav, huya aseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us, to all Israel, and to all the world, to which we say,
Amen.
Amen. You may be seated. I wrote down announcements, so hopefully they cover everything and are right. We hope you'll join us after the service. We're going to do blessings actually from the Bima, and then we have a lot of lovely desserts of all kinds, and a birthday cake for Robin. Yay! Because it's her birthday tomorrow. Michelle and Troy brought a birthday cake for Robin because it's her birthday tomorrow. So you should all wish her happy birthday. Tomorrow morning there are services at 10 a.m. here at TBI, followed by Torah study at 11:30.
9:30 by us, followed by international ice cream for breakfast kiddush. Just saying.
Yeah, I know. Also, but created by a Jew, by the way.
Yes.
If you did not know that, International Breakfast for Ice Cream Day was created by a Jew. That's what I learned this week.
I had to move to Israel before I knew about it. And have children.
There is religious school Sunday morning, and then at 3 p.m. here, everyone is welcome. There's Israeli dancing, and at 4 o'clock is our Tu B'Shvat Seder. We would love to know if you're coming to that so that there's enough seats set, but everyone is invited. There will also on Sunday morning, because I was asked this afternoon, be a Zoom link if you would like to join us that way instead. But I can't give you all the lovely food that's going to be here over the screen. So.
You can watch everybody eat it.
Yeah.
It'd be sad.
I mean, that's the best I can do. But next Friday night here, we are welcoming some of our new members at 7 o'clock. And then coming up, starting on the 14th for 6 weeks on Tuesdays, is our Introduction to Judaism, Introduction to Reform Judaism class. All are welcome. It runs 7 to 9. Please reach out if you'd like to join us for that. We have people of all backgrounds and for all reasons who join us for the class. It's a great community builder. And then our Lunch and Learn series starts back up. We're going to be hosted at Congregation of Moses for this winter, springish session, really winter session. 12 to 1, starting on February 22nd, and we're doing hot topics. Do you have anything else?
Are they going to burn us? In addition to just asking. In addition to that, we also have a Israel class. We're going to Mitzada this time for a little bit of learning, and we have a date with a date, and we're going to meet Methuselah. And also very exciting is that you may have gotten your notice in your bulletin. If not, look for information. We are just about up and running for our first annual Kalamazoo Shabbaton in May. Woo! So we hope that we will see everyone there. It's going to be awesome, and first ever. So it's the first, and then that gives you a foot in for the second, and the third, and the fourth.
Please note that between now and then, because it's happening in May, we've got Purim together, and we have Passover together.
And our Israel trip.
And
together.
our Israel trip together. Like, there's a lot going on in the next number of months.
We
but-
never see each other.
What?
We never see each other.
Oh, we never see each other, no. I'd only sent 3 meetings on Wednesday.
Right.
But we never
We had to
see
catch up.
we never see each other.
We don't like each other either, can you tell?
No, we don't like each other either.
She's a little frum for me with all this, a little too observant with all this Talit thing.
Oh my gosh.
Just saying.
I can't even.
I'm done.
I might be able to say what I'm trying to say next.
Were
We
you
are.
talking?
Huh?
Were you talking?
I,
I don't think so.
all right, we're gonna have a closing song. Hold on a second. We're gonna have a closing song, and I'm gonna preface our closing song, and then we're going to do Kiddush and Motzi from the Bima, and then everyone can eat. Yes, Robin. Yeah. Yeah.
I just want to tell you that our Syrian friend Nazwa made kufa, and that's the delicious sweet soft dessert that's back there, and we have some. She packaged it in these containers, and I just don't think we're going to end up eating it all tonight. So if we don't, I just want to invite anybody who has volunteered with the refugee community to take one home with you, enjoy it with your family as a thank you.
Thanks. Yes, Elliot.
Oh, next weekend is the airborne trampoline.
Yes, for the religious schools kids. Yes, yes it is. Okay, our closing song. Words are not going to go up on the screen. Our closing song this evening is titled Huddled Masses. It was written by Shana Taub. Taub is Jewish, but her music speaks to a much larger audience. She has both written music for and performed on and off Broadway, along with co-writing alongside Sarah Bareilles, Joss Groban, and Elton John, to name a few, after growing up in rural Vermont. And this song speaks to this evening's theme of recognizing the work of our community has done alongside congregations and individuals of multiple faiths.
There once was a little boy who dreamed of preaching the gospel truth. He lived in a country with an evil king who was killing all the youth. His family fled the country in search of freedom's flame. He was raised a refugee. Jesus was his name. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses in your Chemin shore, yearning to breathe free. Send them all to me. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses on your teeming shore. I lift my lamp beside the golden door. Remember what I stand here for. There once was a little girl who dreamed of being a writer. She lived in a country with an evil king who burned people who prayed like her. Her family tried to flee it to keep their kid alive. Anne was raised a refugee, just her diary survived. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses on your teeming shore, yearning to breathe free. Send them all to me. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses on your teeming shore. I lift my lamp beside the golden door. Remember what I stand here for. There once was a young man who dreamed of earning his degree. He lived in a country with an evil king who bombed his family. He flew to reach our border to start his life anew. He's detained today at JFK. We did not let him through. Oh, let him come through. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses on your teeming shore, yearning to breathe free. Send them all to me. Welcome all Muslims, Christians, Jews, and more. Every child fleeing hate and war. I lift my lamp beside the golden door, and I'll forever lift my lamp beside the golden door. Remember what I came here for. Thank you, Keith.
Thank you both. Ozi, my strength. Ozi v'zimrat yah. God is my strength and my song. Standing on the far shore of the Sea of Reeds, our ancestors sang in honor of their own aching muscles, sore from slogging through the mud of the sea floor, and they sang in honor of the miracle of their freedom. Ozi v'zimrat yah v'yahi li shua. My strength and God's song rescued me. Every time Jews have fled from persecution and oppression, from the Inquisition, from the Tsars, from Ethiopia, from Hitler and beyond, it has taken our own labor and effort, our own aching muscles and bleeding fingers. It has taken miracles. Not every miracle is as visible or dramatic as the parting of the sea. Sometimes a miracle is an extra space found in a caravan or on a ship. A kind neighbor sharing food or hiding children. Paperwork lost or paperwork found. Sometimes a miracle is being welcomed in by strangers who became friends. As we lift our cups for the Kiddush blessing, as we remember the effort and the miracle that brought us out of Egypt, we commit ourselves this year to bring the miracles for all the newcomers in our midst, to offering the support and welcome once extended to our ancestors, to those most in need of it today, to lifting their burdens, easing their efforts, and being for them a song of God. We rise for Kiddush.
You can follow on 120 if you'd like. Sorry.
It's okay. Wait, I'm going to make sure I have the right words.
I'm sorry, I said 120 and it's not 120. Hold on. 1 second.
122.
122.
Vayir vayiboker yom hashishi, ויחולו השמיים והארץ וכל צבאם, ויכול אלוהים ביום השביעי מלאכתו אשר עשה, וישבות ביום השביעי מכל מלאכתו אשר עשה. יברך אלוהים את יום השביעי ויקדש אותו, כי בו שווה מכל מלאכתו אשר ברא אלוהים לעשות. סברי. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, בורא פרי הגפן. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר קידשנו במצוותיו ורצה בנו, בשבת קודשו באהבה וברצון הנחילנו, זיכרון למעשה בראשית. כי הוא יום תהילה למקראי קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים. כי בנו בחרת, ואותנו קידשת מכל עמים, ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. Amen. Oh, it is wine. I thought it was scriptures. I smelled it to see which it was. Oh, look, it's so good. Birshut, with your permission. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz.
Shabbat shalom, everyone. We hope you'll join us for some sweet things.
Sweet things, yay. I'm taking this with me. I'm taking this with me.
Hi, Larry. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.